Hello, this is going to serve as the orientation video for returning students and parents about device deployment with Knox County Schools. Engaging our students in making education relevant is critical. It's critical for our schools to continue to effectively and fully prepare our students to be college and career ready and to be leaders of tomorrow. The objective of this session is going to be to review with the students and parents about the guidelines, expectations, and policies surrounding the use of technology devices. At this time, I'm going to direct you to the Bearden High School website where all of this information is available. If you go to the Bearden High School website, on the home page you can see on the site shortcut the Dog Day and Device Deployment for 2019. When you click here, it'll have everything you need to know, and I will reference this throughout the rest of this video. But the technology agreement, the student media release, and the student medical profile, all of those files are here. The device deployment information letter is here. A PowerPoint or a PDF of this presentation that I'm going over with you, it's also available there. Then the big step is signing up for Dog Days, and you can do that by clicking the link right there. So we're going to get back to the presentation. So the two big pieces of information are the technology device agreement and the technology procedures and expectations packet called Appendix A. So we will be referencing both of those pieces of information. The Appendix A looks like this, and this contains board policy and all the details that I'm going to go over. The presentation will be more highlights. If you want to read this verbatim, you're more than welcome to do that. So device use. The care of this district technology device is the student's responsibility. Students should not lend their device to another person. They should never leave the technology device unattended. They need to make sure that they charge their technology device each night at home so that it's fully charged when they arrive to school each day. Failure to bring the district-issued technology device or other class materials does not release a student from his or her classwork responsibilities. The technology device is the property of Knox County Schools and may be collected and inspected at any time. Students have no right to privacy for any material on a district technology device. Each technology device has a unique serial number and asset tag. Students should not modify or remove the tag. Students should not write on, draw on, or add stickers or labels directly to the technology device. No form of tampering will be permitted. It is the student's responsibility to back up projects and content. Students with Apple products may add their iTunes account to their device. This information may be inspected on the district technology device, and inappropriate graphic or offensive material may be removed. If a student's technology device is not working or is damaged, students should report the problem immediately to the help desk. If a student's technology device is lost or stolen, the student should report the loss immediately to administration. If the device is stolen off campus, a police report should be completed. Students are responsible for using the technology device according to school and district policies and procedures. On device care, and this can be found on page 5 of the Appendix A. And so this goes into detail more about care and maintenance of the device. Again, I'm just going to highlight some things. Devices should never be picked up by the lid. Students should close the device before it is picked up. Students should close the device before moving it as well. Students will use the school-issued protective covering if provided. When carrying the device to and from school, it is expected that the device will be placed in a backpack, bag, or other carrying case. It is recommended that if students use a backpack, that the technology device should always be placed in the backpack with the port side facing up to keep pencil, lead, and other debris from jamming the ports. Technology devices should be kept at room temperature and should not be exposed to the extreme hot or cold. Students should not leave their device in the car. Students should not leave their device outside. Liquids and food should not be used or consumed in the vicinity of the technology device. Cleaners, sprays, alcohol, ammonia, or abrasives should not be used on the technology device. Devices should be cleaned with a soft, lint-free cloth. The device should remain in the protective cover when not in use. Device should not be in a place where someone could accidentally sit or step on it. This device will be yours for the remainder of time that you're here at this school, so take care of it. You will receive the same technology device and protective covering each year. We're going to turn now to the repair and replacement guidelines, and this is found on page 6 of the appendix. Again, a more detailed list of everything it can be found here. Theft, non-preventable damage, and preventable damage, which includes negligence or willful damage and recklessness. I'm going to go over those actually on page 6 a little more in depth in this video because I think it's very important to know. So if it's, again, we address this, if it's stolen, a student needs to report that to an administrator and then they will meet to investigate the theft. If you are off campus, then you need to file a police report. Non-preventable damages, examples may be like an accident or a house fire or something to that effect. Administration will meet with the student to investigate the incident and discuss what to do next with the parent or guardian. Upon determination of a verifiable accident, the student will be issued another device. Preventable damage or negligence, willful damage, and recklessness, the parent and guardian and student will have accepted responsibility for the technology device and is therefore are liable for the cost of repair. The administrator will meet with the student to investigate the incident and discuss the parent or guardian as necessary. The student will become a day user until the cost of the repair is received. The cost of the repair will be to the student who caused harm. The cost of repairs will be assessed for each reported incident. Multiple offenses should be handled appropriately and in consultation with the district office if necessary. Here are some cost estimates just to keep in mind. We use the MacBook Pros, and so replacing the device up to $800. If you crack the screen, $260. Damage to the keyboard, $150. The power adapter extension cord could be up to $30. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Parents and guardians, you have a guide, and again, in the appendix, there are a lot of things that you can look through to help monitor the use of your child's device when they're at home. And so I'm going to highlight some few things there too. Parents, monitor your students' home use of the internet with the technology device. Provide a place in an open area of your home, such as the kitchen or family room, where the technology device will be used. Use the internet with your student to help develop safe internet habits. Frequently ask to see your student's technology device and ask how it is being used. Review with your student the programs used on the technology device and ask them what each program does. Do not hesitate to contact your school if you have any questions or concern about the technology device. Parents should set and enforce rules for internet and phone use. For example, set time limits for using the internet, instant messaging, social networking, or online gaming. Parents should ask and know students' personal username and password. Parents should have access to students' email. To check history on Firefox and Chrome, you just go to History and Show All History. On Safari, you go to Bookmarks, then Show All History. If the history is empty, you should ask why. Regarding social media, parents should monitor social media use even though it is blocked by Knox County Schools network filters while on school property. Be aware what social media sites your students use: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Tumblr, etc., and monitor their postings. Talk with your kids about their permanent digital footprint. Be alert to any cyberbullying and notify school immediately if it involves another student. Parents should ask and know students' personal usernames and passwords for their social media sites. So what is prohibited in the Knox County Schools? Bypassing the filter, using another student's username or password, sharing passwords, downloading or installing anything, tampering with the hardware, and then chat rooms, instant messaging, social network sites, hosting non-school approved web pages are all prohibited. Inappropriate material, so materials that are unacceptable in a school setting, including but not limited to pornographic, obscene, graphically violent, vulgar music, sounds and language, videos, or other materials. Do not download or transfer through an external drive. Additional information can be found detailed in the in the device procedures and expectation PDF that's provided here. It goes on about a lot of guidelines that I encourage you to read through so that you are aware of the expectations put on the parents and students when they sign a technology device agreement. So now that you've been trained, this is kind of the overview of device deployment, you receiving your device. This was the training session, and so you've received your expectation and procedures, and I've shown you on the Bearden website where to access the forms that you need to bring with you. And so the next steps after that are to sign up on the website for a dog day time slot, and then show up to that dog day time slot with all of these forms filled out and signed by both the student and the parent. Once that happens, then you can go through all of the steps of dog days, and that will include receiving your device and logging into the device, as well as paying any fines or fees that are due at that point in time. We did not take chargers last year, so because you're returning, you should still have your charger. If you do not, you will have to purchase one, and more information will be rolled out on how to do that, but you will not be given a charger unless you purchase one. And so if you have any questions, you can feel free to contact me. I'm Ron Rupert. I'm the TPAC coach at Bearden High School, and my email address is ronald.rupert, R-U-P-A-R-D, @knoxschools.org. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you.